Hello, and welcome to Open the Book. It's my turn to read again. I'm Neil Jones. I've lived in the village for over 50 years and help at All Saints Church, Sheepey. Today's story is called The Storm on the Lake. In last week's story, we heard that Jesus healed a man who couldn't walk. In today's story, Jesus does something just as amazing. So before we start, let's do the rap. Are you ready? Let's open the book. Let's take a look. Let's listen and see how good God can be. Oh, let's take a look. Right, this time a bit quicker and not so noisy. Oh, let's take a look. Let's listen and see how good God can be. Let's open the book. So the storm on the lake. It was a perfect day. The sky was blue, the lake too, and a gentle breeze whipped the wave tips white and foamy. Jesus sat at the side of the lake and talked to the people about God. God is your Father, he said. He dresses the flowers in beautiful colours. He makes sure the birds have enough to eat. But you are his sons and his daughters. Don't you think he can clothe and feed you too? So trust him and stop worrying your lives away. When Jesus had finished teaching, he was tired. So he called his closest friends, and together they piled into a boat and set off across the lake for home. Jesus yawned. He stretched. He laid his head down and, to the rhythm of the waves and the rocking of the boat, he fell asleep. It was the perfect end to a perfect day. Then, suddenly the day was not so perfect. The sky turned black, the lake too, and the wild winds stirred the waves up tall and stormy. The boat rocked right, the boat rocked left, the boat rocked up and down. The boat rocked so hard, in fact, that Jesus' friends were sure they would all drown. But Jesus slept right through it, except for the odd snuffle and snore. Jesus, his friends called at last. Jesus, wake up! We're all going to drown. And Jesus woke. Then he sat up. Then he rubbed his eyes, and he stood up. It was all anyone else could do to stay on their feet. But Jesus stood up, and then very calmly said to the wind, "Quiet now." And he said to the waves, "Settle down." And they did. Then Jesus turned to his friends and said, "You didn't need to be frightened. You didn't have to worry. All you had to do was to trust me. See, everything is calm." And so it was. The sky was blue, the lake too, and the little waves splashed happily against the side of the boat. It was a perfect day again. Jesus' friends were very frightened and worried by the storm, weren't they? Around them was a storm, but in the boat with them was Jesus, and he kept them safe. Do you ever worry about things? Let's close our eyes for a moment and think about the things that make us feel worried or afraid. Now, see if you can remember how you stopped feeling scared. Now I'm going to say a prayer, and if you want to make it your prayer, say Amen at the end after me. Dear God, when we are worried or afraid and there's no one to talk to, help us to remember that you are with us and that we are never alone. Amen. Goodbye.